Hey, what's going on, people? This is White Rice here, and I am here to review the movie Dunkirk. But I have a special guest with me today who also saw Dunkirk with me yesterday in 70mm IMAX, and this is my good homie Dominic right here.
Hey.
Hey, so yeah, we went to go see Dunkirk last night, and funny thing enough is that we were supposed to go for a 7 o'clock showing, but it got sold out. So 9:30 show. If we want to, we'll tell you that story about that. But anyhow, so Dunkirk, it follows pretty much the story of the Battle of Dunkirk that took place back in 1940 between the British and the Germans on the beach of Dunkirk in France, and how 400,000 troops were stranded on the beach, and about how to try to get those troops back home to England. Now, in my honest opinion, while the visual effects and the sound quality were excellent, I found the story to be at best mediocre. And now, that's not to say that the acting wasn't terrible or anything, or the writing was gone awful, but it just felt kind of bare bones at points. There was no real central character to follow throughout the entire story. And also, just really, the development is not really there. Also, what's up with all the quiet characters in this movie? And yeah, that's an issue with it. Also, another thing is that while it does look great in IMAX and 70mm, which, by the way, you should go see this if you have a chance to, it feels pretty bare bones at times. So I'm going to take it over to Dominic now, because he has an interesting perspective to Dunkirk, since he is a World War II history guy. So take it away, Dom.
Well, so yeah, as a movie, it was pretty good, but if you know what happened at Dunkirk, you would be pretty disappointed at for someone who knows all the details, all the little stuff that happened over there. I just got nitpicky as hell during the movie. Maybe it's my own maybe it was because I was being too nitpicky that it ruined the movie for me. But I mean, it was still all right for the people who don't know don't know as much of Dunkirk. I don't know, if you just look at it how it was as a movie, it was all right. But it just missed so much on realism. If whoever the guy who directed it was, Nolan.
Yeah, Christopher Nolan, yeah.
Christopher Nolan, if he was going for realism, he failed, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, another thing about Dunkirk I really noticed is that, when it comes to realism, it just doesn't really work. Even as a movie, again, I think Nolan was going for style over substance and trying to make the war the central main theme instead of the characters around it. And, it's understanding why you don't have...
The characters were the war.
Exactly. And it's interesting that, there wasn't really any downtime in this film to really, develop the characters. And there is some, and there are a couple of nitpick moments that Dom and I had throughout the movie, but overall, I think it's pretty good. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. I mean, it's an improvement certainly from Interstellar, but I don't think that this is Nolan's best film. Without a doubt, it certainly isn't his.
I'd give it a 6.
A 6? Yeah, I mean, I'll probably give it a 6 if I watch it a second time. But for right now, as a movie, I'll give it an 8 probably, a very light 8. Because, let me just say this, Dunkirk wasn't really built around a story, it was built around the effects and the sound quality, which, believe me, if you guys are really into that, go check it out for that, but if you're really more into story, then I just wait till Blu-ray for this one. So, talking this is White Rice sign off. Thank you, Dom, so much for being in this video.
You're welcome.
And I will see you guys around. Bye.